This is my guest bedroom, and after challenging myself to do a one-day makeover on a $400 budget, I changed a few things around the room. I got new bedding, new decor, and working with what I had, I got the room to look like this. Not too bad, but it wasn't quite what I wanted, so I decided to up the budget and put in some work to really transform this room into a safe haven for my family when they come and visit. So far, I've used all free furniture, but I refinished it to fit the new style of the room. I built a headboard and a bed frame, and then I decided to get rid of my ugly carpet. Here's the thing, I'm trying to do this on a budget, and I did a quick search on how much an average bedroom makeover is, and some crazy numbers came up. This of course depends on the scope of the project, but in my case, I'm doing a small scale remodel and I'll be doing it all myself. So my goal is to do this for a fraction of the cost, and hope that the rest of the project goes smoothly. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Welcome to my empty bedroom. I just got done doing the floors, that's why it's empty here. But I redid all the furniture that's gonna go on here. I also built the bed frame and the headboard, but I never stained it. So that's what I'm gonna start with, because while that dries, I can do everything else that I need to do in here. Okay, we're just, we gotta rotate it.
This is as far as I can go.
I need a little more. A little more.
Hold on. Hold on, the ladder. All right. Hold on, the bucket of garbage.
Okay, good. So I need to sand these before I stain them. I already sanded the headboard when I made it, but I never sanded the frame. So I'm just doing a quick sand with 220 to prep it before staining. And I gotta sand the edges so that they're not sharp. Let's talk about stain colors, my current nemesis. So I refinished a small dresser that's going to go in this bedroom, and I had the hardest time finding the right stain for it, because every time I would try a stain color, it just wasn't what I wanted. I also did this whole thing backwards. I should have waited to refinish the furniture after the floor was there, just so I could match the furniture to the room rather than the other way around. Anyways, I ended up using Puritan Pine on the dresser. It came out beautiful, but it's a little too yellow. The other problem I have, I was going to match the bed to the dresser, but I don't have enough stain and I cannot find Puritan Pine locally anymore. So I decided to go with Golden Oak, which is this color right here, also this color, also that color. I tried it on 3 different pieces because wood has a mind of its own, and when you put stain on it, it can look different depending on, on the wood. So, but I think that's the best color that I have that will look good with the floor. I look like I'm about to bake a cake, but I just don't want to get any of this stuff on my clothes. I'm doing pre-stain so that it avoids the blotchiness. And this stuff smells pretty strong, so I'm just gonna wear these for now. It's not that bad when I do it outside, but when it's like in here, it's like the smell is concentrated, so it's really bad. Gloves. I forgot gloves. The pre-stain is an optional step, but I always like to do it because it makes the wood look so much better, and I just have to wipe it on real quick. It only takes about 15 minutes to dry, and then I can stain it. Okay, so while that dries, let me tell you about my new favorite drink, water. Circle just sent me this bottle, which means that I can flavor my water sip by sip. They have over 100 flavors. They have fruity flavors, coffees, teas, and right now I'm drinking black cherry, which is one of their energy ones because I'm working. And all these have no artificial flavors, no added colors or dyes. There's 0 calories and no sugar. You all seen me work outside a lot, and I don't do a good job staying hydrated. But that's about to change because having a circle bottle is really convenient. I just add water. and I can customize the flavor of the water. I can dial it up and down depending on how much flavor I want in it. When I'm working outside, I have it dialed up to just 1, or sometimes just plain water. But when I eat, I like a little bit more flavor because I don't like drinking just plain water with food. So I dial it up to 3, and that gives me like the perfect amount of flavor. So far, my favorite flavor is fruit punch. Each circle cartridge contains an equivalent amount of flavor to 6 20-ounce conventional bottles of water. The results will vary based on the dial setting, but that is as low as 50 cents per 20-ounce bottle. And the more you buy, the more you save. Circle's also eco-friendly with 84% less plastic and 96% fewer carbon emissions from shipping. You can get a free white stainless steel bottle and flavor cartridge with your first purchase of $35 or more. Check out the link in the description or the QR code in the screen. Thank you, Circle, for sponsoring this video. Now that the pre-stain is dried, I'm going to try some golden oak. I should have stained this headboard while I was laying down on its back because it would have been easier to get into all the crevices. When I'm done with this project, I want to share how much I spent overall in this bedroom and compare how it looks against the original bedroom and the $400 makeover. So let me show you where we're at. For the accent wall and the furniture restoration, I ended up spending over $200 for each project. The bed frame and the headboard was over $300 in materials. And then I decided to change the floors, which was around $660. So now this makeover is sitting at $1,458. Oops. Remember this? I'm putting in some of the furniture in because as I've been working on this bedroom, the room that is connected to this bedroom and the office, we call the library because that's where all Tony's books are, but it's not a library anymore. So it has been a mess. And that's the case with any DIY. Like anytime that I'm doing a room and everything has to come out of it, that also means that I have a mess somewhere else. So what you see here, this room, very nice, very clean, very empty. All this stuff goes somewhere. And it sits there for weeks and it drives me nuts. Anyways, I'm bringing some of the stuff in so I can make some space to at least walk around. Since the bed is not here yet, I think it's probably the right time to change the light fixture because there's nothing in my way. Can you see me? I don't know if I'm in frame, I can't tell. But you see, it's not really the style I'm looking for. That's all I'm gonna say. So I got this really cool one that is both a light fixture and a fan, but it doesn't look like a fan. Look at this. Isn't it so pretty? And look, it has a fan. It's like a clear fan. That is so cool. So you can't even really tell. And then it's also a light fixture. Now it's the wrong color, it's too light. So my plan to make this work, to stain it, I think this is bamboo. Is it bamboo? I don't know, possibly. But I think I can stain it the same color of the bed and then it'll match better. I should probably take that light off first though and make sure before I stain it that this is gonna work because I've ran into some interesting situations with light fixtures in this house. This one's broken. I wonder how that happened. Does this come off? I don't know if this is the part that I want to take off. This like whole light fixture rotates in like 3 different places. Okay. I think we're good. So the good thing is there is a pancake box here. I think that's what it is because it's very like shallow. And I can tell there's like a stud behind it, so it's screwed in pretty good, it's secured pretty good. I'm not 100% sure that it will hold a full-size fan, but that light fixture is not heavy. If you get one though, read the instructions and make sure you don't put one on that will fall off the ceiling because it's too heavy. Just FYI, don't just put one up there if it's not properly supported. What's interesting is that there is a ceiling fan in every room except for the 2 guest bedrooms, but every room has a ceiling fan. I actually barely use ceiling fans. Like rarely. Do you use ceiling fans? Like, I don't know, we have central AC, so I never see a need for it unless we lose power. Well, no, because then there's no power for the ceiling fans. Okay, I'm done talking. I figured that if I can install the mounting box, the fan should go in with no problem. So I wanted to make sure before I stained it, because once I stained it, if this doesn't work, can't return it. The vendor's gonna be like, what? This is not the color, what in the world? But no, I think this is gonna work. It's pretty good, and I'm pretty excited. You know, when I ordered this, I didn't think I would be staining it. And I was pretty sure I was not gonna like the color because it looked light. But I really wanted this fixture. So I was gonna see if I could make it work somehow. And I didn't think about staining it until I opened it. I feel like I'm thinking outside the box here. Maybe. Let's hope that it's not sealed and it actually stains. Because if it's sealed, the stain might not stay. Let's see. Yeah. It's working. It's just to make it a little bit darker, you know? Like, it doesn't have to be dark, but I do have to go through each one of these individually on the outside and the inside, which means I have to stick my hand in there and try to stain each one. And these sticks are very fragile, so I also have to not break them while I'm doing this. But I really like this light fixture, and I want to make it work. You see? So that is the stained side and the not stained side. So it just makes it a little bit darker. I think just enough. Just perfect. Now the tricky part is gonna be staining the inside of it. So I can't see what I'm doing. I wish I have like a glove that is also like a stain pad. I think there's a thing. I want to say I've seen it, but I'm not sure. I'm sorry, you probably can't understand anything I'm saying. I'm sure Tony will put subtitles. Sorry, Tony. I wonder... it'd be easier with like a brush. Let me get a brush. Maybe a brush would be easier. Yeah, I think a brush was a good idea. Oops, sorry. Sorry. What do you think? You can see it with the bed too. So I had to bring the bed in because it's cold outside, and with the temperature changes like all of a sudden, I'm afraid that the wood will warp. And if you're not familiar with Florida weather, it is winter in the morning. It is summer for the rest of the day until the evening, and then it goes back to winter late at night. Okay. hope that I can do this by myself. Turn on the light switch. The other one. There you go. I like how it has a sound. Beep. Okay, let's try the fan. I don't know why, like, I really like that this thing has an invisible fan. Like, it's literally an invisible fan, but it's there. It has 6 speeds. All right, let's go to the fastest. Oh, wow. And it has a reverse button. So you can reverse it? I don't really know the benefit of that, but...
That's so if you fart, it'll carry it out the room faster. Well, you didn't have an answer.
I'm pretty sure that's not the answer. But you know what? I'll take it. Now it's spinning the other way, but I don't feel the air here. So you know what? Let's leave it the other way. This is really cool, and it has a timer, and I am in love with this fan and this light fixture, and I'm gonna steal it and put it in our room. I love how the color came out. Like, it is perfect. I was gonna be so sad if I didn't get to use this light fixture. I love it. It's time to seal this for good. So I went to the store last night and I got polyacrylic max. I never used this one before. I've used polyacrylic before, but the regular one. This one is one coat, it's clear, and I decided to try flat. I like the way it looks. Well, most of the time I use polyurethane because it's what I have. I have a lot of it. When I was working on the laundry cabinets, I bought a gallon and I have so much of it left. And I've been using that for everything. The problem is polyurethane yellows the wood. It just does. But this, the headboard, the color it came out, the frame, the color that it is right now, I love it. I don't want it to change, not even a little bit. I don't want it more yellow, I don't want it less yellow. I want it the way it is. So I decided to give this a try. It's a little pricey, but I think it's the right choice. I also should do this outside. I'm tired of moving this thing. Tony.
Coming. What?
Did I interrupt you? I'm sorry.
I'm not in the mood.
I can't take you seriously with those headphones.
I can't either. Hi, Hoof.
It looks like milk. So like I mentioned before, I've used polyurethane in most of my recent projects and I've gotten pretty good at it to the point that the final finish is very smooth and it looks almost like factory finish perfect. The downside of polyurethane is how strong the smell is, and that is a little bit of a process for me to get the right finish. Between the sanding, the multiple coats, and the drying times, it turns into a multi-day process for me. I can't tell which one I've applied the coat or not. It is like really clear. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm pretty happy that I'm trying a new finish. That is one coat, it's easy to apply, and I don't have to deal with the smell, and it dries quickly. It really does dry flat. Look, I just did that side, but this side is already dry. Look how nice it looks. Just, you know, looks natural. I love it. I love the natural look of the wood. I love it. And I don't like the shiny, so I usually never use semi-gloss. I always use satin because it's an in-between and I feel like it gives it protection. But since this is not like a surface or anything like that that is gonna be used like as a table, I'm comfortable doing flat and I'm comfortable doing one coat because this thing says it's one coat. So let's trust that it'll hold up. So I brought this in and it's drying. I actually did the back of the frame of the headboard. I don't think I needed to, but I just wanted it to be sealed so that it's all the same. But now I'm going to do the curtain rod. That's gonna go here. I'm gonna put a curtain so it looks pretty. The question is, how wide do I want to go with a curtain rod? I know it looks better if you like make it wider because it makes the window looks bigger, maybe? I don't know. I might stare at this for a few minutes. After staring at this window for a few minutes and some visual testing, I googled what the right distance should be, and apparently it's between 4 to 10 inches. So I went with 8 inches of overlap. I like to do a lot of things by myself, but I tell you there are some things that are a lot easier when you have a helper, even if it's just to hold things. But even if you don't, there's usually a way around it. And I'm glad that when I do need help, I have Tony. She puts up with a lot. She holds stuff for me so that I can visualize it, a nudge here, a nudge there. But there's a reason she puts up with me, and that's because I also put up with her. Because I don't know if you noticed, but she's a lot, in a good way. I have to bring the hammer, but I don't want to go outside. Oh. And I'm gonna need touch-up paint. Okay. This is supposed to be simple. Now the screw is stripping. Why? There. It's on. Now I just gotta put the ends. Oof. Kind of makes the window look bigger than what it is, doesn't it? They're a little wrinkly. Actually, they're a lot wrinkly, but I will try to get those wrinkles out, so don't leave me angry comments yet. But I don't know how I'm gonna do it because the instructions say not to dry them, like not to put them in the dryer. And that was like my go-to to take the wrinkles out. Maybe it's because it has this blackout liner. So these are blackout curtains. I'm hoping that this is not the blind that stays here. And I say that because I don't have the one that goes here yet. I wanted to put the same style of blind that I did in the office. And I got one, slightly different color so it matches better in here. It should get here tomorrow. So if it gets here, I will be doing a nice little blind here. I'm like really excited because I can see the room coming together and it's so nice. It's really pretty, I love it. If you remember when I did the one-day makeover and I couldn't decide between the rugs, there was like a lighter reddish one and there was the green one. This is the green one, but much bigger. Okay, the rug is also wrinkly, so I think this one I am gonna throw in the dryer for a few minutes. Try to get the wrinkles out before I put the bed together because it's easier to lay this rug here before I put the bed together. But the more I look at it, the more I really like this rug. I love the colors because it has the creams, it has browns, and then it has like a hint of green. Like in the borders, in the edges, it has a hint of green, so it like matches with the greens. That's the way, I like it, that's the way, I like it, If you remember when I made the legs, I secured them with like one screw, but that wasn't good. It was kind of wobbly. So I ended up reinforcing it with wood glue, and I did 2 screws instead of just 1. Oh, there you go. This bed is solid. So when I finished building the bed and I put all the slats, I never secured them because I knew I had to take the bed apart to stay in it and to finish the room. And I asked if I needed to secure them down or if the mattress weight would be enough. Most of you said yes, it needs to be secured down. And I was gonna just screw them down, but someone suggested Velcro. So I'm gonna try it. I think that's gonna work. Maybe I went overkill by doing the whole strip, but it's easier than trying to cut every single little piece, having to space it, you know, accurately. I just did the whole thing, and I'll just put the slats wherever they go. Alright, so now I just gotta do the little ones. So I gotta cut about 22 of these. So this will make a lot of people happy. I'm centering the bed with the room. When I did the one-day makeover, I left the bed against the wall, and apparently I broke the law of design by doing that. I think about 95% of the comments were y'all telling me to center the bed. And I agree, it looks better, it's easier to make the bed, and it definitely looks balanced. But before I moved into this home, I've always lived in very small places, and at some point the bedroom has been my entire living space. So having a bed against the wall gave me more room to have my things. It gave me more open space. So having the bed against the wall has never bothered me. I'm not happy with the Velcro. It's kind of loose on most of them, actually. I don't know, I just thought it was gonna hold better, and it didn't. I think it'll be fine for now. I'm just gonna move forward. And if I notice that these move with the mattress on, then I'll come back and just put a screw through them. And that will be my solution.
This is when we find out if the bed worked when it was outside, right?
Yeah.
Because last time we put the mattress on, it fit perfectly.
I was supposed to hang the picture there first.
Well, this way you can stand on the bed when you do it.
Okay, let's...
Just don't jump on it, because I think that's how Chris broke the last light fixture. Looks like the bed's kind of got an air bubble.
Okay.
You know what? I think I know the best way to flatten out the mattress.
What? I love that light fixture.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna lay here and stare at it. I'm putting up a mattress cover before the bed sheets. And for the bed sheets and the comforter, I'm doing a cream color. This is the same comforter I used on the one-day makeover. Alright, I'm almost done with the bed, but I gotta do something about the wrinkles on the curtains here. I forgot how to say curtain. So I have this little steamer, which is usually what I use to get the wrinkles out of my shirts and stuff. So I'm gonna try this and see if it takes the wrinkles out. Trying to take the wrinkles out of the comforter was like the hardest. I tried to do it with a steamer, but they wouldn't come out. So then I tried the iron and it worked a little bit. So now I'm hoping that it works with these. I feel like I need one of those like super big steamers. This will be the last project of the year for me, but it won't be the last video. I have a furniture compilation video coming up next, and the other one's gonna be my workshop makeover compilation. Last week I posted the office makeover as a compilation, and I got quite a few comments asking why these videos were reposted. If you notice, most of my projects take multiple videos to show one complete project. For example, this bedroom is going to be 6 videos altogether in order to show you the whole process. That's because these projects take weeks, and I'm not here to show you a quick transformation. I'm here to show you my story, with my struggles, and everything that I go through, and I hope to inspire you in some way so that you can tackle your own projects or anything that you want to do, and if not, I hope to at least entertain you. Once each project is done, a few weeks after, I take all the videos of that one project and I compile them into one long video, usually being between 1 to 3 hours long. I post these compilations because I have noticed that there's an audience out there that likes watching this format. Look at the difference. Nice. Okay, one more to go. And I think that's mainly due to the fact that a lot of YouTube is being watched on TV, so a lot of people watch longer videos. So these compilations allow for a few things. Number one, it helps me reach a broader audience. It also helps new subscribers that just found my channel catch up in some of my past projects, because not everyone finds my channel and goes back and watch all my older videos, so it's a good way to recap these projects. And lastly, it allows me and Tony to take some time off or catch up on projects because we are often falling behind. Like I said, these projects take weeks, and sometimes I'm working very long days between physically doing the projects plus everything else that is involved in turning these projects into a video. I hope that helps clarify it a bit, and if you follow my projects along the way with each video when these compilations come up and you just want to skip it, that's okay. You would normally be able to tell it's a compilation by how long the video is. Normally these will be between 1 or 3 hours. I will also let you know in advance in the community board on my channel, and that's where I communicate what I'm gonna post and when I'm gonna post it. I thought I was gonna finish this yesterday, but no, I still have stuff to do. I don't know why I feel like putting the room together is like a very quick thing, but then I end up like coming up with extra projects like staining the light fixture, and then wonder why my simple projects turn into weeks, months. Anyways, I got the blind, and I noticed that they sent me the wrong size, but that's a good thing for me because that's the size I needed. I could have swore I'm pretty sure I ordered 36 because there was no option for 35. So let's see. That is not 35. You lied to me. That's 36. It says 35. Look. Right? And I know with some blinds, like when you buy them from Lowe's and you buy a blind that's 35 inches, for example, it's actually half an inch shorter, like 34 and a half. Some blinds are like that, but you can't make them bigger. It says 36 on the other side. These people are playing games with me, and they need to get it together because I was very happy that I got the right size, and now I'm not. Now I have to add to my project because I gotta cut this. Since this is wood, I should be able to just cut it with a miter saw. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut 1/4 inch on one side and 1/4 inch on the other, so that is, you know, even all the way across, and hope that I don't ruin the blind in the process. But I think that should work, and that should solve my problem. Okay, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Gotta splinter the ends. Oh crap. Really thought this was gonna work. I mean, it worked. It worked. It's just it's gonna be a little splintered. I think the other side I'm gonna wrap tape around it. I don't think that was much better. Dang. Really thought this was a genius idea. It's not terrible. It's not perfect. it's just gonna be a little rough around the edges. And I'm okay with that. What else am I gonna do? I'd rather spend the money, so I'm gonna hang it and be proud of it. What the? I always think these blinds are simple to install, and they probably are, but for some reason they kick my butt every time. I think I got it mostly straightened up. So 2 out of 10 recommend this technique of cutting it yourself, unless you're desperate like me. Ordering custom blinds is an option, but they're usually a lot more expensive. I think this was maybe between $50 to $60, can't remember, which is not a bad price. I just wish they had the size that I need. So like I said, it's a little rough in the edges, but it's not something that is really noticeable unless you like really get close. And just because of the style of the blind, it almost looks like it's supposed to look like that. I should have cut it a little bit more. Like it is a little tight here in the edges, but I am afraid to cut this again, because if I do, it might get ruined and then there's no going back after that. So I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. It's perfect. After all that, I am proud of my blind. That's a little rough in the edges, but nobody will know, except for the whole internet. Okay, what am I doing next? I'm gonna go have lunch. Say hello to my new accent chair. Not so new. I got it from the side of the road, like literally. So if you remember when I was working on refinishing the furniture, the little dresser and the 2 night tables, somewhere in between that project, I was driving and I saw this trailer full of furniture with a sign that said free. And I saw this chair and I was like, I think that chair is gonna match with the bedroom. So I turned around and I went to look at the chair, and then right after that there was more furniture there, so 2 guys stopped and helped me load the chair into the car. And then I came back, I brought the chair, and yes, I did check the chair for bugs. I actually did like a research of how to check for everything. What in the world? Ah, oh, stuck on the hitch. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, this is heavy. Oh, this is heavy. That's heavy. I turned it upside down. I like checked everything to make sure that, you know, I wasn't bringing something like eel in here. So chair's fine. It just needs a good cleaning, which I do have the little steam thingy to clean furniture. I have that, so I just needed a good cleaning. And I didn't include that on the furniture video because I wasn't sure up until this point if I was gonna use this chair, because I didn't know if it was gonna go well with this room. But after I put it on here, and I think that is perfect. And I literally got all the furniture for free. The dresser was free because my last roommate that used to stay in this room left it behind. The little night tables were free. Tony's mom gave me those. I got this off the side of the road, so that was free. The mattress of the bed my dad bought, so technically I got it for free because I didn't pay for it. And then the headboard was built from scratch with pallets. And the bed frame was the one thing I did pay for the materials. But the furniture in this room, all free. So when I did the one-day makeover, I got this mirror, which I love, and I had it on this wall. Many of you told me that it was not a good idea to have a mirror in front of the bed. I can see why. But I don't know where else to put it because every wall is taken. If I put it there, I still, you know, it's still by the bed. You can still see your reflection. So I'm thinking to put it behind the door. It's the only place I can put it, but I really want a full-size mirror here because I like full-size mirrors. I think they're a necessity, okay? I need to, like, you know? So anyways, there's a wall when you first come into the bedroom. There's like a wall right there. I thought about putting it there, but I also don't think that's a good idea. For the same reason, it's not a good idea to put it facing the bed. There's also an outlet there, and I don't like covering outlets. So I think behind the wall it is, which is sad because this mirror is so pretty. That's where I'm gonna leave it for now. Feel free to give me ideas if there's another place where it might work that someone doesn't wake up in the middle of the night and scare themselves. So the one thing though I have to do before I actually put it there is I have to get one of those thingies that stops the door. A door stopper, that's what it's called, isn't it? And so, because otherwise right now, the way it is, the doorknob is going to hit it. Also, should I change the doorknob color since everything in here is gold? Or should I pretend I never noticed? Because I just noticed and I'm almost done. Okay, let me move this before I break it with the door because I just think that will happen and I will get 7 years of bad luck. I really should have done this before I put the bed in place, but my plan is to put this picture here so that the smoke alarm doesn't feel lonely. Ooh, perfect. Yes? No way. You're messing with me. I think there's no way. That screw is not long at all. You're messing with me.
I'm messing with you.
Wow. Like, there's no way. Like, I know these walls like have 2x4s. That screw was not that long. I had planned to reuse the pictures I got from the one-day makeover, but after I made the accent wall, there was no way to center them properly, and I think they would have been too tall with the headboard in place. So I'll have to find a different wall in the house to put them on. Go down just slightly on the right one. Actually, now go up a little bit. Go down on the left one a little bit. After I got enough revenge, I marked the spots and hung the pictures. Very nice. Let's talk about budget. I was hoping to do this bedroom for less than $1,500, but that changed after I decided to do the floors, and I went quite a bit over. But I like to show you these numbers and be open about how much these things cost, so that if you ever do anything like this, you know what you can do in a budget and decide how much you're willing to spend. I spent around $2,300 on this bedroom makeover, and that seems like a lot. But keep in mind that all the furniture was free with just a little bit of material cost on what I built and refinished, which means that bedrooms can cost a lot more, especially if the scope of the project is bigger and you hire people to do it. But I am grateful that I'm able to do a lot of these things myself and learn while I save money at the same time, and I get to bring you on this journey. I love how this room turned out. Like, I don't even know if it looks as good on camera as it looks in person. I can't even explain it. It feels so calming, peaceful in here. Like, I got the feeling of what I was looking for in this room. Like, what I was going for, I got it. And I love it. Like, it's so, I don't even know what to say. I love it. Like, I'm pretty proud of it. And, you know, I have my doubts along the way, just because a lot of times I do struggle just trying to put the design together. I can only like picture it in my head and then have inspiration pictures or a mood board or something like that. But sometimes when it's kind of coming together, I'm not even sure if the pieces are working together the way I want it to. So sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle, but I got it. I got it. My favorite part is the headboard. I love this headboard. I'm so glad that I made it. I know it was a lot of work and a lot of headaches while building it, but I think it was worth it. And just the learning through all this process, like every project for me is a learning experience. There's a lot that I can do, there's a lot that I know how to do, but there's usually like challenges in between that. It's like little things or some things like I've never done, like building the headboard and the bed frame. You know, like, is the bed frame gonna hold? We'll see. No, but it should be solid. It should be solid. Pretty confident on this bed frame. Ask me in 2 years. This is my last project of the year, so I wish you all happy holidays and happy new year. Joy, what do you think? You like it? Like your new room?